Well, hello everyone. It's so good to see you. Glad to be here. Hopefully I'm doing this right tonight. I was trying to get in just a little bit earlier. Didn't quite make it. Sorry about that little glitch. I'm enjoying tea in my little English teacup. Picked these up for not much. I have some really beautiful teacups. You'll get to enjoy them as I show them off one by one on our chat with me and a cup of tea. Hi, Misty. Hi, Cheyenne. So good to see you. It is herbal tea. Today I'm having mother's milk and red raspberry in one. Decided to just drink it up in one cup instead of having to choke down two because they are a little bit bitter, but they're so good for you, and the more bitter the herb, the better it is for you. So there you go. And it's just enjoyable. So what are you gonna have? Are you gonna sit down with me and have a drink? Maybe some coffee, some tea, a cooler, glass of water. Sometimes we get short on water and we need to drink that as much as possible, even though it's winter time, right? Let me set this down here and let it finish seeping. It's almost ready. Say hello to everybody. Oh, Brandy, I'm so glad you caught me. And Miss Schmidt, it's good to see you. Oh, hi, Angie. Oh, friends. Oh, ice water. Oh, thank you, Misty. Did you see the tour? Yeah, I'm like, look, my house isn't fancy like a lot of YouTubers, but I'm not competing with anyone. It's just going to be the way it is. But it's basic, and kids love it. My grandkids look forward to coming over here all the time, so it's amazing. Yeah, so my name is Michelle Taylor, and I am a mom of 13 kids. I have 9 boys and 4 girls, as well as 4 grandchildren. 3 of those are boys and 1 of them is a girl. About the same odds we're running here in this house, at least in this family. So I had a baby 12 days ago, and our little Millie was born and blessed with Down syndrome. And as this month is Down Syndrome Awareness Month, I will probably talk about her a little more in detail just because of that fact. On the 21st, she was blessed with Down syndrome, because it is a blessing, because an extra chromosome just means they're extra cute. And we just have extra love, and love doesn't count chromosomes. Those are a bunch of hashtags that are truth speaking. This baby is worthy of love, and she is the sweetest thing I have ever seen. She is so a blessing. Yeah, right? So this little baby who was blessed with Down syndrome means that she has not 1 but 2 heart defects that need to be fixed. And she also, well, you could take a hike pop, remove. We'll get rid of that guy. I'll block him if he says anything else. So it includes those heart defects as well as a possible GI issue. So sad that she has these problems. But you know what? It's been kind of good news today, because she started out on Monday at 6 pounds, 3 ounces, and I was freaking out because that's backtracking, not forward tracking. I mean, yeah, they do that a little bit anyways, but it was just continuing to go backwards. I wanted her to put on weight after seeing the pediatrician, and she pointed out, hey, she's probably just having to burn off extra calories, working extra hard with her heart problem, and that's making it so where she doesn't, exactly, Morgan. And so with this issue, we don't know if she has a GI tract issue. We know that she wasn't eating enough calories to make up for the work she was having to do due to her heart issues, and that she wasn't urinating enough. Her bilirubin was only coming out through urine, and her bilirubin was not coming out through poop, other than the 2 enemas that we did give her to help make her be able to move some. But we really want her to move on her own, so we're trying not to do that again. We're just hoping that the overflooding her with, all right, you're gone. Report I need a moderator. Is there, and there we go. Yay, got rid of him, hopefully for good. Okay, that's the first. I don't get those very often. I don't know why they come over here. Anyways, so it's a little distracting. So I have these forms, right? I went to the doctor and, hi Monique, I'm so glad you made it. Oh, don't have low energy lately. So she was supposed to get her bilirubin checked. Only I knew what good is checking her bilirubin. It's obvious by looking at her, it's high, and she needs to get rid of it. And the only way she's gonna get rid of it is through urine and through bowel movements, which she wasn't having either one. So to me, that made no sense to go poke that baby to prove that I already know she has too much bilirubin. So I didn't subject her to that, especially with so many kids being sick right now, fevers going around. The odds of her picking up RSV or some other kind of infection at this time are very high. So in Millie's best interest, I'm not doing that, because I know that as she continues to pee and poo, that will be gone in a matter of minutes, right? The other thing is she has a form for the endocrine specialist. She has a form for a geneticist, and she has a form for the GI specialist. And all of those things are on hold. It says I have to wait 48 hours for these referrals to process before I can even contact these specialists, because they won't even know about it. So tomorrow I can start making calls, and I'll let you know what happens with that, because those are 3 very important meetings, and I'm hoping that we can find out and just make sure she doesn't have any issues. The endocrine one will help with her blood, but the GI specialist will help us know if there is a GI issue or if it was just because she wasn't getting enough calories and enough milk. And the other one is for geneticists, so we can kind of predict what's going to be happening with her as we move forward in the future. So we can make sure she gets all the care that she needs and get her proper team built so they can protect her and keep her healthy and safe. But there was a little bit of signs of some bowel movement coming today. She soaked a full diaper today. Like before, it's just a little bit, but it's not quite enough to turn the line blue, so that freaks me out. But now she got it to where the line was very blue, and I was so proud of her. And you just think, does that really matter? But really, the truth is it does. Like even for me, I was backed up, and I wasn't doing that well. It took me a while to even be able to move, so I 2 days ago started eating a bowl of oatmeal every day. Sure enough, it got me into gear. It's helping my milk come in stronger, so that's good, and it's hopefully going to help Millie move. It just might take an extra day or so for her, but with her extra calories, she just is feeling so much better. I can't wait to show her to you. She looks better. She's got more life in her. She's looking around more alert again, strong again. I'm very happy about that. It's like the prayers are really helping. You mean drinking castor oil, Monique? Oh goodness, I don't even drink it when I'm in labor. You mean I'd have to drink that? I'll just stick with the oatmeal. I don't want to be gagging on it unless there's another way. I'm not sure. Yeah, I bet it's gross. You know what? I had a sister-in-law one time. It was so funny. She was trying to help her labor go faster. So she poured castor oil into gelatin capsules and was taking them one at a time. And I was like, lady, you're nuts. I would never do that. So disgusting, but whatever. An emergency, yeah, bring it on. I just never have been that brave. I can handle mother's milk tea and red raspberry together. Bitter herbs, that's about all I can handle. This is just such a fun teacup with this beautiful yellow rose, right? Let me have a sip. Ooh, I like this. I like them better together. I usually drink them separate, but I am going to start drinking them together. And yeah, they're a little bit bitter. I can feel them because my palate's really clean after having a baby, right? But it tastes better when they're mixed together. So I'm going to keep going with that. So then the last thing I was going to tell you was that, I think that was all I needed to tell you. But would you like to take a peek at Millie? And then I'll read all the comments, okay? Let's go see her. We had to dress her twice today because she made a mess on her clothes and she was just drinking so fast. She's always in the same spot generally. Here she is. Millie, everybody wants to say hello. Look, is she asleep? Oh, look, she moved for you. It's a little warm in here. But here's my precious angel. I posted a picture of her on Instagram. If you didn't get to see it, she was awake in the picture. So sweet. Look at that baby love. Oh. And her other hand is like up against her head. You see that? That's how I sleep every single night. And I think it's so cute that she sleeps like that too. I'm gonna pull it out though because it looks a little purple. Nope, it's fine. She's like, whatever, I was sleeping. And then Daddy's so proud of her unicorn socks. Look how cute those are with the little unicorns. Oh my gosh, I'm just dying. And this tutu, isn't that just to die for? My girlfriend got this for her, and I am in love with tutus. And it has the gold sparkly heart on top, but you can't tell, Millie's kind of hiding that. But just so, so cute. And you could just tell her cheeks are getting a little fuller, and she just looks a little bit happier and feeling better. Yes, for sure. I don't know that I went to a second pediatrician. I did just dump the other one without. All I'd done is talk to that one over the phone, but yeah, technically that's getting a second opinion. And I was just like, yeah, let's just find out what's going on. I'm not even 100% sure I'm going to continue to remain with this doctor. I'm not that crazy about her because she's. I don't know. I just want. I'm looking for something in particular, but for now, she's really great for referrals, and she's got me on the right track, so I'm really excited about that. I hope you enjoyed seeing Millie. Let me read some of these comments so I can see what I need to do. Yeah, I had only took away his comment, and then when I realized that they were going to be all inappropriate, I got rid of them, Brandy. Yeah, I already said hello to everybody. And, where did we get ice water from? Oh, yeah, that's what you're drinking. Duh. Sorry. I will catch your next live off the next free day, and take care of lots and love you, beautiful. Oh, Morgan, it was so good to see you. And then whenever I do date night, Morgan, I will probably do Get Ready With Me more often, unless I do it in the morning because I know I'm not going to be able to see you that night. So I'll try to get that one. Oh, how cute. That's adorable. She said her baby just saw Millie on the phone and she hugged the phone. She wanted to give Millie a hug. Is that the sweetest thing? Oh my gosh. She is so beautiful. She sleeps so well. That's one thing I think is normal for Down syndrome babies. I don't know, maybe if they have more health problems, but she sleeps really good. Almost too good. We have to wake her up because she will just sleep through a feeding if we let her, and I can't let her do that. So, yeah, we feel really lucky. Hi, Sunshine Baby, you made it. Let's see. Did it work, Misty? Did she take castor oil and it worked? It's such a wives' tale because if you're ready, it will slip things up and make it. But if you're not ready, all it's going to do is make you have diarrhea and a stomach ache and no labor if it's not time. I'm so glad you've been praying for her. It's like I was so worried about her and so stressed out about her and her weight drop and then the color, and she was a little bit lethargic and she just wasn't moving her bowels and she just wasn't interactive anymore. And I'm like, something's wrong. And that's because she was basically fading away, losing 1 ounce at a time every day. That was ridiculous. So now since she's been gaining another ounce or so a day, she's just doing so much better. And now she's up to 6'9". So I'm really excited about that. And yeah, she's doing much better. And she's such an angel. I'm so glad you like my teacup. I just thought I have so many of these. I should just start showing them off in our little chats since I've got to drink the tea anyways, right? You're Rachel. Oh, good, because I wasn't going to try to sound that one out. If you didn't notice, I didn't see it earlier. You're wondering if possible for her to have any food allergies like dairy. You know what? That's what my daughter said, but I don't know of any, and I'm not eating much dairy. I will probably eat eggs because I need it for protein, but I can do that with other things as well. We're just going to find out for sure if she has a GI issue. If not, then we'll find out about allergies. I don't want to remove the only things from my diet that I'm eating, because I'm eating cottage cheese, sometimes yogurt, soup, and I'm going to start incorporating eggs. I ate a little bit of sourdough toast, just a half a piece, and that seems to be working really well for me. So hopefully it isn't an allergy for that, or I'm in trouble, because that's what feels good. And yes, she's doing pretty dang good. And please, Monique. Oh, good. Yeah, the previous videos tell you even more. Yeah, doctor's recommendations. That's what we were dealing with. And good night, Morgan, even though you already left, but you'll watch the replay. And is there anything else? Got rid of the yuckies, and we're doing good. Yeah, remove anyone who doesn't love me and Millie, right? Especially Millie. So, I don't know if the person who asked what GI is, that's, you know, gastrointestinal issues. That just means in the intestinal area. That's what GI stands for. And you could have a GI bleed, you could have a GI malfunction, you could have a hole in the GI tract. There's a lot of things that could go on in those small and long intestines. It can be a short problem, a big problem, a minimal problem, a large problem. Just depends. So we'll see. She may have no problems, but we're just going to check, because they did mention that in her ultrasound when she was still in utero. So we are just going to follow up with those things that were mentioned to see. And then the geneticist should be able to tell us if she does have a problem with her brain or any others that might show up for her specific type of Down syndrome. And then, so today when I was getting dressed, you know, I feel better now, where I want to just get up every morning and get ready right away instead of waiting the whole day. Like sometimes I would wait till noon or 1 o'clock to get ready, which is fine because I'm exposed and nursing the whole time anyways. But I wanted to start getting dressed, and I told my husband, well, I want to get dressed. The only problem is I don't have any clothes to wear. Like I have some shirts and tops, and I have my jammy bottoms, but I don't have pants that'll fit. I put on the only pair of pants that fit me, and they were like 4 sizes too big. They're like hanging down in the crotch, halfway down my legs. The butt's like all the way sagging. I was just laughing hysterically. So I got a few pairs of jeans and a few shirts. They had, I picked up 4 pairs of pants and about 6 pairs of shorts, because summer's right there. And I was like, shoot, they're all right here right now. And if I don't have to go shopping again, that'll be awesome, because I really don't like shopping. You won't see me doing a lot of clothing shopping hauls, because I'm out on that. I just buy a few pieces here and there and hope it's gonna work. So it is fun, but not for me. I just am like, let me get in and get out of there. Blah. Oh, you can't see these at all. They're just cute jeans. They're just a skinny jean, and I'm just happy to fit them. I moved from a size 12 to a 8-10 before I got pregnant. And then after having the baby and getting these new pants, they are size 6. Go figure. I can't even believe it. I mean, there's still a little bit of a bubble up on top of the pants. You know, got to have that muffin top, because that's what I have left. But that'll firm up as time goes by. Right now, we're still pretty fresh after having the baby. Yeah, smaller than I was, right? My husband's like, you're my early wife all over again. I'm like, Dad, I've only been in a size 8 since, about a 7-8 since I had baby number 10. Or no, baby number 8. So it wasn't that long ago. I mean, he's 13, so for 13 years I've been about an 8-10, and then I got to a 10-12 after the twins. And then now I'm, because of keto and losing enough weight, and then just doing the lighter eating schedule, which is intermittent fasting, but I call it, they have the OMAD, which is 1 meal a day, and I do 2 meals a day, so I call it 2MAD, because I only eat about 2, but sometimes 3 while I'm nursing. Just whatever I need, whenever I'm hungry, I just eat. I just am not always hungry, so it makes it easy. So, you had creamy chicken soup today? Yummy. Yeah. You had GI issues with your son, Rachel, and it was hard, jaundice for a month. Oh, yeah, it's already getting better. So We'll find out soon. It's just not knowing. That's really hard, right? Did you know right off the bat, or did you have to wait? Yeah, I'm like, oh, bummer, I have to go buy some pants. My husband was more than happy, and she had just done a big feeding, because what I do is I pump, double pump, and whatever I pump out, whether it's a half an ounce or a full ounce, I feed that to her immediately, and then I give her the supplemental milk on top of it. So she had a big feeding, and she was really just full and in her la-la land. I knew she was going to sleep for 2 or 3 hours. It was only going to take me an hour at the store, which it did, so I was able to do that. So it made a lot of fun. Your son was, let's see, Sunshine Baby says her son was born with special needs, Freeman-Sheldon syndrome, 25 years ago, and it's a beautiful journey. Oh, wonderful. Don't you love being the one that gets to care for them and be taking care of them and their advocate? I love that. I'm like, no, I will fight for this child, and we're not going to do unnecessary things. She was overdue, and she was overdue, and she tried it. And it did you say it worked? Did I see that? Oh, it didn't work. It's too bad she didn't have my combination, my herbal combination. Make sure that you have the baby on time when the baby is ready. And yeah, new clothes definitely make you feel fantastic, for sure. But it's a little bit embarrassing because I don't know that I meant to be that skinny. You had 5 specialists, a PT, a OT, and speech. Every accomplishment was so awesome. That's what we're going to have. We haven't even touched the speech therapist or the physical therapist or anything, but I've got them lined up for when the time is right. Let's see. Yeah, I'm burning a ton of calories. I have like no butt. I think I've showed you that before. It's like totally flat. It's pancake butt, right? Jeez. So it's ridiculous. Oh, I was going to show you this too. Let me take a drink real quick. I love when it cools down to the perfect temperature and you can just chug it. I know you're supposed to sip it, but I get excited to finish it. So yesterday I was going to tell you, some people could just be so thoughtful. And this lady that I used to chat with, haven't seen her for a while, but she felt inclined to bring something for Millie. And I think it's so sweet when people just want to participate and help. I mean, just like people were so overwhelmingly sweet. So overwhelmingly sweet with the gifts they bring and the things that they say and do for Millie. And just the praying for her, because you could almost see it immediately. Like I was a frenzied mess and I was just not thinking clear, and I was worried about my baby. I was on high alert and just very worried about her. And then right as I started saying, I need prayers for Millie, I could just feel my head starting to clear. I was able to see what I needed to do for her and what I did need to do for her, like the bilirubin test, because it didn't make sense to me to test something I already know the answer to. And you could tell she's not toxic with it anymore. Not that she was before, but when you're not eliminating, you're a toxic type, so you want to make sure you get rid of that. But I just am so grateful for the kindnesses that have been given in my behalf and Millie's behalf. Like, there's this lady I know, I used to teach her boy in Cub Scouts for a couple of years, and I was the Cub Master for a while, and she just was so good to me and always so helpful and whatever. And she called up out of the blue, and she wanted to bring dinner to our family. And she made a meal for an army, okay? She made these Sloppy Joe sliders with cheese and pickles and all kinds of stuff on it. And she brought tater tots with cheese all over them. And she brought a couple of big salads with dressings and 2 banana pudding desserts I've never had before with like pecan sandies on the bottom and pudding and Cool Whip and some nuts on the top and bananas chopped up in them. I was like, oh my gosh, somebody went all out. And then she tells me she also brought over food for breakfast. So she brought breakfast sandwiches, and they were just adorable. They had scrambled eggs and cheese and sausage on them. You could probably throw bacon on them too. I love doing that with those Hawaiian rolls. Oh my gosh, yummy. She had some kind of a special sauce on it, and she had cut up all this fruit as well as she had these lemon poppy seed blueberry muffins. Yummy. And I'm sure I'm forgetting a couple of things. She just brought so much food. There was enough for 2 days of each thing. And I just was like, holy crud. So when choosing a midwife, yes. Amber, it depends on you and your knowledge. I'll answer that question because I think for me, what's really important is to realize whether you're going to a doctor, a midwife, or someone else, that no one's God. There's only one God, and that's the one that we look to for our answers to our problems and to our complications, as well as to our joys and our blessings, right? That's who we go to say thank you to. Well, the more educated you can get, if you watch my video on how to make having a baby easy, or having a baby made easy is 1, 2, 3, I talk about the books I've read that help empower me and educate me so I understand all the options about birth and everything that's going on with birth, so I don't have to not know what I'm doing. And I can look and see that I have a choice, especially in that Penny Simpkins book, the Pregnancy, Childbirth, and the Newborn. That book is so comprehensive, easy to read, easy to understand, that after you read that book alone, let alone other books. I don't like books that just say, here's how it is and this is how it needs to be done. I like books that tell you, look, you can do it the medical way. This is how they do it in the hospital. This is how they do it in home birth, and here's a middle of the roadway. I like being able to choose. So for me, I would first get a little bit educated, and I would meet the person and go kind of by how I feel with them. If I feel comfortable, and if you just to feel comfortable and to feel like you connect with them, because you'll be able to tell. And that's why I would say I wouldn't talk to just one midwife. I would set up an appointment with 3 midwives in 1 week, and by the end of the week you could probably marinate the thoughts and ideas and figure out who you clicked the best with, because a midwife should be able to help your needs. Like when I was younger pregnant, I didn't need as much intervention. I chose a nurse midwife because of my complications with my twins, and I didn't want those same complications to occur, but they did, and for a whole different reason. But having a qualified nurse practitioner midwife, 20 years practice, I felt like I would be safe in her hands. She would let me have the home birth I wanted to have, but at some point, if she couldn't handle it, they would take me to the hospital. But she wouldn't just take me to the hospital because she was chicken or worried about me having the baby at home, because I would do whatever was right. So I just wanted her there to save my life, you know, in case I needed it. And it turned out I did need her for basically that very reason, in a very simple way, but because it was easy fixed. But still, having that qualified personnel there made it so my husband could just be a husband and I could just be the mom and not have to take on the role of a midwife as I'm birthing my own children, which I have done multiple times. So yeah, does that help you? I hope so. Well, I got a lot of questions. Oh good, I already read that one. I love a cup of tea. I'm going to start changing that. I might do Cuppa on my title instead of a cup of tea with me. How has your husband felt about Millie and the challenges and everything we're going through? Rachel says, boy, it can be tough going through the trials, but we learned a bunch about ourselves. You know, it's funny. I feel really bad for him. My husband is amazing. He is so supportive and so helpful of everything. And like today, I was like, you know, her lips are a little bit purple, her hands a little bit purple. We have the meeting with the doctor on Friday. Do you think we should take her in? And he's like, well, sure, if you want to admit her to NICU and have her in there for a couple of days or weeks while they do all these tests on her and stuff. Or we could just wait and see the cardiologist on Friday. I'm like, duh, I don't want to go do all that. So he's supportive in that way, but he and I are having just a little bit of a hard time because my mama bear instincts are really high gear. I'm not letting anybody basically hold the baby, touch the baby, bother the baby. And he's like, but I want to hold her. I'm like, you're right. I'm sorry. I just need to remember that I'm not the only one who cares and wants to keep her safe, and it's okay. He even bought that giant pillow that she's laying on so that we could, so he could just keep from making sure he didn't roll over by her when he's napping or whatever. And also so we could lay her on it so she could sleep up high. It's just funny how we're trying to do it. And he's good taking the kids on adventures and activities and stuff so that they can still feel connected to us. And they come and sit on the bed with me. It's really cute. And then, yes, people bringing food is such a blessing. And then, yes, very generous, very sweet, very loving. Finally caught my live. What did you use lobelia for during pregnancy? What is it good for? If you saw the live, I talked about it. I talked about it you can watch the video that says, having a home birth is easy as, or having a baby is made easy as 1, 2, 3. Look up that video. It goes through everything you need for thinking about having a home birth. Even if you're doing a hospital birth, it tells you, I tell you a lot of things that you can read, and the herbs I use and why I use them, when I use them, what they're good for, sort of where to get them. I give you a lot of information on that. So be sure to check that video out. I'll post it in the description box below after we finish this live. So be sure to click like with the thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. That way you could be notified. If you like enough videos, it starts to let you know right away when I come on live. And I'm gonna just try better and better, now that I'm feeling better, to post on Instagram at least a little while before I go on. I did do that today, but only probably a half an hour before I came on. But I'll try to do that sooner. It just takes me a second. And I might even start doing the cup of tea a little bit earlier. I'm not 100% positive about that because this seems to be a good time for me and possibly you too. And let's see, I already answered that. What do you use to keep your kids healthy? My daughter stays sick, poor baby. She's got sclerosis. Oh. Asthma, allergies, low blood sugar, low iron, and she's 17. Oh my goodness. That girl needs a mega vitamin plan straight away. You got to find 2 or 3 meals she'll eat for breakfast, 2 or 3 for lunch, and 2 or 3 she can do for dinner, preferably all in home and cooked. I would also highly suggest, I've talked about this in an older video, I'm not sure if I did a video on just it, but if you go to Walmart, your local Walmart, and get vitamin C with rose hips, get the little round pellets. They're about that big. Is that easier to see? Not the long, they're like an oval rectangle one. Those are harder, but if you do those little round ones, they're easy to just put in your mouth and swallow, or just drink them or chew them up. But anybody that's ill, I would give 5,000 milligrams of vitamin C 3 times a day until they are well. And then on a maintenance, I would do 1,000 to 2,000 milligrams of vitamin C each day. And you will pass 6 seasons with a breeze. So go for that. And allergies, I would get her allergy tested so you could find out what she's allergic to, unless you already know all that, which you probably do because you're a good mom, I'm sure. And I would get her on a good multivitamin. For real, get her on a multivitamin if she's not going to eat the food. But some kids don't mind doing, like, I do, I call them shamrock shakes. I bought Bernard Jensen's chlorophyll. If I can, I'm going to see if I can link those somehow on my page so that you could just buy them right off of there. Because Bernard Jensen's chlorophyll, I get it without mint. I just take a tablespoon of that and I pour it in a little tiny cup of orange juice, chug it down, and then I follow it with fresh orange juice, so that it's not the chlorophyll one, and chase it down. Or I put that in a cup of yogurt with a half a cup of orange juice and make like an orange Julius. You could even add bananas or berries and then that chlorophyll in it, so it becomes like a shamrock shake. But my kids love it. They'll eat it. They'd eat it almost every day if I'd let them. And that'll help boost her nutrition. So try that. Yeah, the vitamins are fantastic. Yes, for sure. Oh, you caught it. You thought you said it was good for low iron. The low iron is actually the yellow dock. You could take yellow dock for low iron. Lobelia is for calming, relaxing. It's an expellant. It'll make you puke if you need to. They used to call it puke weed because you could chew it up and bam, you'd vomit if you were sick at all. But when it just has I can't say enough good about Lobelia because the pioneer, Pretty Meeks, he said, and that was my husband's great-grandfather, he said that Lobelia has like a supernatural power, like a mind of its own, and it can find straightway in the body whatever's wrong. It identifies it and heals it immediately. You chase that herb with a cayenne pepper just because you don't want to relax to the point that your heart stops beating, or some other problem arises. If you always chase it with, and if you don't have cayenne pepper on hand, get some fruit juice or something. That'll work as well. But I trust the cayenne more, and it just does amazing things. So whatever you have wrong in your body, you can do that. You used to be able to get it from Nature Valley or Sun Valley. Walmart carried it, but they kind of quit carrying the Lobelia, and now I just make my own capsules. I go down to the herb store, get the fresh Lobelia, and make my own capsules. So I'm sure you could go to the health food store and buy it already done. You could probably order it on Amazon. Just look it up, and I'm sure you can. You can even grow it. It's almost spring. You could plant some seeds and make your own plant, and you could dry it and grind it and make your own powder if you're really ambitious. I, however, am not that ambitious at this time. But anything I can find links for, I will post them in the description below. So did that answer your question, Amber? You've researched for about 2 or 3 years ago and you wanted to do 2 babies ago. I deeply long for the next level of information. We're in Arkansas and we have only one midwife that services our area, unfortunately. Ugh, that is horrible. I'm so sorry. Ugh. Well, hopefully, you know, most of your birthing experience starts with you and your health and your nutrition. Like if you walk up to 2 miles a day, if you could get up to 2 miles a day, if you eat right and you take your vitamins and stuff, your outcome is going to be better because you've, you know, done everything you were supposed to do. But, you know, having someone who's knowledgeable and knows what they're doing is also helpful. You're discussing having a baby next year, Monique. That's so wonderful. Oh, I'm so excited. Well, we are making these chats so long. I'm so sorry. I always think they're going to only be 30 minutes long, but we just keep going. At least today it's 37 instead of 60. Can you believe we did that this week? Oh my gosh. Again, this is my cute little English cup. It's Regency, made in England. I love that about my teacups. Almost all of them are English teacups. So they're fun, and I love how they have the matching plate. It's just so cute. So yeah, let's definitely continue this conversation, and we'll try to do a Cuppa tomorrow unless I end up going on a date. But yeah, I'll try to make sure I include the links to the videos that we've talked about in this video. I really try to do that. You can always check the description box. I've got a lot of work to do. I'm really stepping up a little bit on my YouTube channel just because there's a lot more traffic here now, and I want to really be able to offer you a service. And like I said, I'm not selling anything right now. I mean, maybe someday I'll do a t-shirt, a Wonder Woman t-shirt or something, or maybe a teacup of some sort, but I'm not a salesman. I just love, I love not having to reinvent the wheel, and I've done a lot of research for a lot of years, so I'll save you some time by giving you the best tips and tricks I know to help you be the best mom you could be, the best health you can be, and so that you can help others and that you can just have a happier, healthy life. So that's really what I'm here for. Plus we can chat because that's fun. All right, so we've been on for 39 minutes. I'm going to go ahead and go take care of my Millie. She's going to need to wake up. She needs to eat, whether she thinks so or not. And then we will just have a lovely evening. And I hope that y'all have a lovely evening as well. Yes, I was born in Oklahoma, so I've got a little bit of a draw occasionally. Sometimes it just starts coming out. Whatever. But take care. I hope that you have a lovely evening. I hope you have good plans for the weekend. I hope that your house is in order and that you're trying to get your home in order if it's not. I hope that you have routines in place to help make your mind at ease and be more calm. And let's see, today is Wednesday, so we still have a few things left to do on our list of things to do, but remember to have your date night on Friday night. And I heard Fly Lady Cat remind us today that we have daylight savings time this week. On Sunday. Can you believe it? It's already spring the clock forward instead of falling it back. I can't believe it. So please remember that on Sunday so you don't miss the mark on Monday, right? Well, I'm so glad you're enjoying it, Amber. Please keep coming. It's so good to see all of you. Helps make us have our own little community and our own little friends, and it's just a fabulous place to get together. I really appreciate it, and I hope that you feel like you get something out of each discussion, because that's my intention. Thank you so much for being here, ladies. It was so good to visit with you. Take care. Have a lovely evening. Good night.